Landover, Maryland. You can almost touch December from here. Seattle and Washington looking to close out November with a bang.
Seattle Seahawks battle Taylor Heineke and the Washington football team on Monday Night Football.
Some 5 miles from our nation's capital sits FedEx Field as we welcome you to the progressive Monday Night Kickoff. The Seahawks have finished with a winning record every season since they drafted Russell Wilson. Happy birthday, Russ. Tasked with chasing Wilson around tonight is Jonathan Allen, one of the most dominant defensive linemen in the NFL. And teams love playing this week on Monday Night Football because you get all of Thanksgiving Thursday off. Hope you had a great holiday with your friends and family. I'm Steve Levy, Louis Riddick, Brian Greasy. When these two teams get together here tonight, you throw out the records. They'd like you to, but keep in mind, don't get hung up on that. Washington wins tonight. They're in a playoff spot. Seattle wins. They're only a game out of the playoffs. Taylor Heineke, he's a lot of fun. He's been really good the last 2 weeks, and he's got a story to tell. Russell Wilson, you already know his story. Russ insists he's got some magic still left, and he told us his finger is exactly 96% healthy.
Let's hope he doesn't need that extra 4% to win tonight, but certainly he needs to play better football. There's only one player on this Seattle team that can turn this season around, and it's Russell Wilson. We've heard from him all week. The eternal optimist, the master motivator, all those things. He needs to play better. He needs to be that juice, that spark. He needs to play better on third down where he's only completing 35% of his passes. But he's also going to be playing against a guy on the other side of the field that is a lot like him tonight, Louis.
Absolutely. Look, Taylor Heineke, folks, just really buckle in and have some fun with this young man here tonight because it's all about opportunity for him. Here's a guy who's now playing for an organization that is desperately seeking a franchise quarterback. And over the past 2 weeks, he's played just like a franchise quarterback. 77% completion percentage, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. It came against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers here on this field where he outdueled basically Tom Brady. He has a great opportunity here to really solidify his status within this organization as well as maybe propel his team onto the playoffs.
Every week as we travel the league, we are preached to one game at a time. And then all of a sudden this week, DK Metcalf of the Seahawks tweets out 7 in a row. And Pete Carroll has gotten behind him, as has Russell Wilson. When we talked to Jonathan Allen, he said during their bye for Washington, he went the other way. He said, young guys, get off of social media. Stop listening to the outside noise. For Washington, they're definitely in the playoff mix. They're not out of division race either.
No question. Look, they have a 7-game season. They're going to play Seattle tonight. Then they're going to go play the Raiders, and they have 5 division opponents that they're going to finish up with. So they will know exactly where they stand within their division. They control their own destiny. That's all they could ask for considering the way the season started for them.
Yeah, this is the time of year we find out about teams. It's not necessarily who has the best record, but who is playing the best football. And right now you could argue the Washington football team in the NFC East, they're playing really good football. They believe in their quarterback. They're playing great defense, running the football, and maybe that'll be a formula that propels them into the playoffs.
And Washington will get a little healthier tonight as well. This feels like an elimination kind of game. Lisa Salters is next, and then it's Seattle and Washington on Monday night.
Yeah, we're going to set the tone today. We're going to set the tone.
Let's go. All night.
Feel that?
Welcome back. The Washington football team has been looking for a franchise quarterback seemingly forever. Head coach Ron Rivera said he's not closing any doors on Taylor Heineke, who at this time last year was at home on the couch. Down to Lisa Salters.
Steve, last Thanksgiving, Taylor Heineke had just moved out of his sister's house. He was taking online classes and preparing for finals at his alma mater, Old Dominion. He had kicked around 4 NFL rosters in 5 years, then it was the XFL, which folded. So Heineke thought his playing days were done.
I was hoping football, and I was training like I was going to get another opportunity, but to be honest, deep down in my mind, I thought it was over.
But just 12 days after Thanksgiving in 2020, Taylor Heineke got the call. The Washington football team wanted a COVID emergency quarterback on the practice squad. And just a month after that, he started in a wild card playoff game against Tom Brady and the Buccaneers. Washington lost that game, but Heineke believes he won a job by keeping the game close and with this touchdown scramble.
Touchdown, Washington! Taylor Heineke with an incredible scramble to the pylon!
That play might be the sole reason why I'm still here. I think that put confidence in the coaches, maybe in the guys upstairs, and to know that I have a little grit, a little heart, and I can get it done.
It was grit and heart that echoed Heineke's childhood idol, Brett Favre. It's the reason he says he wears number 4 and why he plays how he does.
Watch the way he was passionate about football, the way he had fun out there, and that's what made me fall in love with the game. That's what kind of started the spark in my brain that I wanted to be an NFL quarterback. He's the sole reason I started playing football.
Now making just his 12th career start, Heineke says he still has to prove he belongs, but can't wait to do it.
I don't have the biggest arm. I'm not the fastest guy. I'm not the tallest guy. And I think what makes up for a lot of that is my mentality and playing it like it's my last play and treat it like it's a Super Bowl every game.
Heineke told me he thinks about how far he's come every morning when he's driving to work to the facility. That's when he reminds himself that at this time last year, he was hoping for an opportunity just like this. Steve?
And Lisa, he is signed through next season. Might wind up being a massive bargain if he can keep this up. You've been watching the Progressive Monday Night Kickoff. The opening kick from Landover, Maryland on the way.
Time to reveal the Monday Night Pick'em Fans Pick, presented by T-Mobile, America's largest, fastest, and most reliable 5G network. And the fans pick Washington. Stay tuned to see if they got it right.
ESPN welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League.
I think back to my dad when he used to wake me up in the morning. And he'd knock on my door and say, "Son, you want to be great?" Started answering the call.
We're coming back. Let's get it. Come on. Let's go.
Time for another wake-up call. Hard times happen. Bad news. That is Chase Young. But it's not where you've been. It's where you're going. It's not the doubts you hear. It's the sound you make.
You lose your focus, you won't even notice when you look up there, never ahead of you. You can fold in, go and let them through. Set the tone in, go and live your truth. If you want the goal, take it to your soul, and you take control in everything you do. Gotta do what it takes. Now you gotta choose your fate.
This thing ain't done for either team.
Oh my God, he's different.
Russ is back.
Russ said, "I'll take it myself."
But Heineke's not scared of big names.
What a throw from Heineke.
So claim your destiny.
No reason why not to believe now. Let's go.
A new morning breaks. Call to be great. Answer it. On Monday Night Football. Degrees, clear night. Ready for the 22nd meeting all time between Seattle and Washington. Both of these teams had Week 9 byes. It's what do you do out of the bye? Washington's won their 2 games. Seattle has lost their 2 games. Short kick. DeAndre Carter will have the opportunity. And he'll be sent flying back. Nick Ballore, one of the special teams players for Seattle, and we get our first look tonight at Taylor Heineke. Man, has he been good these last couple of weeks? I think he playing like that. A couple of victories. He said, I kind of play like my hair's on fire a little bit, like a Brett Favre type of deal. I have a passion and a love of the game, just like him.